16 on my video. It's like my take 3. Okay. I noticed each fish has at least 2 fish in the bottle after about 8 hours. A lot of fish died in here. I can't get them out, and I'm not going to crush these little fish that are in there. The dead fish are probably going to kill the little other 2 fish from ammonia, which is why I added big snails to each one of these. The same thing happened here. There's like 2 fish in here. I'm trying to do these videos quick because when things are probably going crazy. No fish died in this one. This one's going on week 2, month 1, going on 4 months. So it's about maybe 4 fish in here. No fish died after 9 hours. And this one. That's why I said it's a trial and error thing. I mean, it took 3 bottles. I noticed the ones you're most patient with, the most work the best. And I actually put all the fish in here because I thought it was larger. And I added the creek water from the creek thinking it was going to work. Actually, the water I had sitting for 4 months in the house was actually more healthier for the fish than the water outside. It's crazy. Also, I'm trying to do everything in one shot this time. Like, play no games. I have an ant clean in there. Just don't light the light. Just been out in the light for like 10 minutes. Like my finger, it's that large. All this is trial and error. Do it yourself, Jones. Let's see what happens after in the light. She seems like she's freaking out. They seem like they curl up in a ball when they hit the light. I guess the fluorescent light bulbs is not good for them. So this is what I do. I put my hands, my hand clean in here next to the heater that's broken, that stays on all the time. So I keep them in there. So it's in the dark. I didn't want to pull it out. Pulled it out for the video. I noticed these snails here eating the meat. Well, they're eating the dead fish. He's eating the dead fish while having a meat on his back. It's badass snails. Like they'll come up and eat the tails off the fish. So after a whole day, bottle 1 checked out. 2 fish left. Maybe like 3 fish left in here. 3 fish, no deaths. So ain't gonna add no more nothing to this one. Perfect. I think it's perfect at the moment. I took all the biggest snails out of there because I noticed these ones eat meat. They grow pretty big and fast. So I didn't want to be like, I try to come to conclusions where it can be the water. Also, as soon as I put them in there, I noticed the snail ate one right away. And I was just like, was wondering what was eating the fish even while they were alive. And I think the culprit was these snails. So I'm just gonna make sure this is just snails for right now. Same with this one, because they just killed all my fish. These two. And it's good to know that this bottle is doing the best. I noticed this one has algae growing on it. The plants are taking real nice. The leaves might die at the top because they're kind of getting crushed because they're fighting to get out of there. But I noticed I got a new leaf growing on there, right there. That's pretty interesting. Alright, it's day 16 on this. I'm really just going to use this as a decomposter now, because I added like colored sand, so I can see like inside there a little bit. That's like, so I was like, if they go in there, I feel like the colored sand, they'll eat through it, or they can just move it around. And I feel like it'd be interesting to see tunnels rather than to see just all black. Let's just see what zones. I've been getting pretty good at this. Even though it's a bad idea. Those centipedes are huge. This guy right there. Then they're millipedes. The centipedes, these are centipedes because they got smaller, less legs. Oh, yeah, guy right there. The ants are probably where the closest they were to the heater. Elusive today, are we? Alright, well, they probably moved down deeper. Well, the ants are in there somewhere. That centipede, man, he is ridiculous. And they're fast too, man. Oh, here we go in reverse. Yeah, let's go. Like, it's rewinding. Yo, why you staying there, yo? I feel like I'm missing all over because he's just making these videos, making him crawl. Dead serious. You just can crawl, bro. Been watching my one tank fell apart, and I released all my ants outside, which is kind of sad. So I got a new ant colony, just in case this one. New ant queen, just in case this one doesn't do well, or just in case this one does well and that ant queen don't work out. Honestly, I think this ant population here is exploding, because I'm actually more scared to open it than I was 2 weeks ago or a week ago. That's a lot easier to work with. I add this colorful sand. I don't know. I feel like it was a terrible idea. I don't like it. It just looks like alien barf. Bad idea, man. But it's okay. I feel like it helps me look like see ants better when they're crawling. And I thought it was cool because I feel like the isopods gives them like paint on their back because it's just the color just sticks onto it a little bit, so they're not just all one color. Like this one here. Where'd he go? Like that one. Got like chalk on his back. We'll find a different one. Like that one. Color them up a little bit. So I thought it'd be interesting. They'll carry the colors on their backs. I've seen that in previous videos. And 2 sprouts growing in here. This little sprout here. They just popped out of nowhere. And some moss growing on the side. Yeah, try to put that chalk stuff in there. It's like chalk sand. Whatever it is. It was a bad idea. I think it was a bad idea. But it's day 15. See, my ants to move deeper. It seems pretty chill right now. So I'm just gonna close this. Dude, that fire ant, I mean that, yeah, I'm still these fire ants. Well, I'm on top of it. Alright. It's growing humidity because I left it in the window. It's starting to fog up. It's interesting to see. These fire ants came with the soil creatures I got, which I was like, I don't want to mix 2 ant species together. So I didn't like that plastic bottle, so I put them in this glass container. It'll be easier to watch right now. So these are my bottles. My Ant Queen's in the dark. I feel like she curls up into a ball and freaks all out type crazy when you put her in the light. And then like I watch spiders and other types of bugs, when they start crawling up in a ball, that's a bad sign. So I try to keep her in the dark. You don't want to. I don't know. I felt like she was trying to poison herself or something with her stinger. I wonder if that's a thing in ants. Do they kill themselves if they don't like the environment? Just say fuck it. Really, when you get an ant, and just put that ant queen right in the dark, because you don't want to be like, why is she spazzing out the whole time? And the reason why she's trying to spaz out is because she's really trying to crawl into the dark, and you got her set to, she's just kind of stuck with a cotton ball and water behind a cotton ball. You know, forced layer on top of her. She's just going to keep going around in circles and crawling up into a ball. Eventually, she's just going to use all her energy of looking to go in the dark, and that's eventually just going to kill her, paralyze her from exhaustion. And you don't want to do that. Same with these fish. Like, some of these fish might have died because they were swimming too much, competing for the oxygen at the top of the water, and then they did die. These 2 fish doing alright, and this one, they seem to be alright. There's 4 in there. there's 4 in here. So I feel like 4 is a good number for that, for how tiny they are. Just because there's 4 in here, they didn't die all day. The water's alright, nice. It's a good sign that that's a good number of fish for having fry to live in here. I got no oxygen bubble set up. I mean, if I can find a do-it-yourself, or I get some money to find a fish store that's open around here somewhere. I just don't got the money right now. But these ones are doing alright for right now. I mean, these are a dime a dozen. I really just scooped them up with a cup and dumped them in there because it's the best I can do. They're really they're many. Right now, I feel like you got creek water right now in your area right now, and there's minnows. I feel like everything's spawning right now. So what's today? It's good to mark that date down. So it's like the beginning of June. It's a good time to see like fish spawning. I guess it's a good time to go fishing right now. Fish are running. At least these minnows are. It's good bait fish. I don't even know these are type of minnow. I mean, I've raised minnows before. Clear through with a line through them. Pretty sure it's a minnow. I'm surprised this phone didn't die. I had one more thing in mind that I can't do right now, but we'll do that later. Sorry, one more time. And corner. Like I said, I'm probably gonna leave this in the dark. This one too. Just use it as a decon. Look at that, they're in there. They're in the leaf. Where think you going, Ant? Ooh, scary animal in there. Oh, we went right back in there. I really try not to crush them. Look at, they're in the leaf. Could just, like I said, I'm just gonna use it as a decomposter for fruit and vegetables. Not too many. Like if one of my leaves I had to chop, I'd just drop it in there rather than throw it outside. I feel like leaves are alright. I'm not trying to recycle dirt. I'm not trying. I might just if I have dirt and water that I can't reuse, that's okay. I might just get rid of dirt and water. I might, if these two fish if these fish die in these 2 containers, I might just use it as a snail tank to breed brine shrimp to feed these 2 fish. There should be enough algae, shrimp, and things to live in there for right now. So if I just use these as bioactive water, and I noticed the shrimp, I mean the snails will eat the fish that die, which is good. The minnows will eat the fish that die too. I feel like these fish are gonna die. Oh man, they look dead. I mean, actually, you just move the container, just wiggle around, which is a bad sign. There's more alive in there than I thought, that they're just floating around dead. That's why I'm not just gonna go in there and touch them. They could just be getting used to the water still, or just in phases of dying. they could be in the phase of dying, and then the snail come over and bite their tail off, and then they're just stuck. So I took all the big snails out of here, put the big snails in here, because chances are the big snails are going to, they may seem slow, but their mouths are pretty fast. They'll just wait there, and the fish comes over, like comes to like taste it with his tongue or something, breathing it in with his gills, and the snail just hits him. That's the fish's fault. Like same in here, like I can't like put a spider in there and making a video and you want to stop the spider from eating the ants. You can't really do that, you know what I mean? And the spider is going to eat your ants, or the ants are going to attack the spider. I mean, you can't be attached to none of the things you put in there. It's all a science project. Like the worm in there at the bottom, he kind of just came out of the dirt and it was just like crawling all over the place. And it's like, oh, well, I didn't know he was in there. Now he's just gonna become snail food. I noticed the sand fleas, if there's any left, they'll eat the brine shrimp, and the brine shrimp spawn eggs at the top of the water at nighttime, or whatever time. But I know it's easier to get pictures of it or see it at nighttime. The snail, the little beetle-like things, call them sand fleas, little beetles or little bees. They'll swim up to the surface and then eat all the brew of the shrimp, the brine shrimp at the top, and then drop back down. I feel like it's a coexisting thing with the two. So I try to keep that in mind with these two tanks. I think the reason why these fish died in the freight is because the water's so fresh. Because look how clear that one is clear. This one's murky. This one was bioactive. That fish don't look too bottling. He ain't bottling out. You know, he's suffocating. He's not turning white. And also, it's like the survival of the fittest. You know what I mean? You're gonna scoop up 100 guppies or 100 little fish, and you're gonna dump them into a bucket. Chances are, like, only 5 of those little ones are gonna live in the wild anyway. So, and then, like, you're gonna drop them in a tank of water. That main 5 come down to a 2 because it's no longer in the wild. It's put into a scenario it's not meant to be in. I feel like 2 is the number, magic number for right now with these two things. They each got like 2 fish. I know minnows eat like algae, small like microscopic organisms like brine shrimp. That's why I try to get that. I was trying to breed them for a little bit. I don't want to run out of time, and I hope people subscribe to my channel. Oh, there's a fish on there. Probably because I was scooping them out. Scooping the dead ones out earlier. So, I mean, a lot of fish is there. You get a good look at it, I guess. These are the type of fish that are in there. And what I'm just going to do is we'll get them off this magnifying glass and put them inside the tank, because that's what I was trying to do earlier. I was trying different tools to get them in there. it was like the tweezers weren't working, that pencil was doing it, and that scared the shit out of me. I don't know if that's you seen that, but dude, I thought he was gonna run out of there. Yo, woo, yo, they scare me all the time. Yo, I'm scared of the heads of things I'm doing with, man. That scared me. I don't know, got it on camera, but that thing scared me. But anyway, he's off the magnifying glass. Put him into there. I got chalk around here. Make sure, like, it gives him a hard time running on glass. It allows me to scoop him up. Really, I need to get more of these dead ones out. Wait, I got some more on the pencil too. It's crazy. Well, the best I can do is scoop them out with the pencil and then put them into there. But right now, I think I got majority of them out. I feel like I left, like, compared to, I can't get in this one, like, the top's weird. Oh, so this one I'm just gonna watch, see what eats those. I didn't want too many in there because what happened was I got them all for this one, and the whole top was just full with dead fish, and the fish ain't gonna be able to breathe with a bunch of dead fish at the top. So I had to remove them all. I put them all in my bioactive container, like I said. That's why you see like little dead fish on my pencil. There's one on my magnifying glass. Also, I think the best thing to get them out with is a needle. Like, that's how I was doing it. Really, I think if you're doing a project like this, you need a needle, magnifying glass, pencil. It's only neat stuff to look at. Stuff gets small through. Like I said, there were so many of these when I was working with them earlier that when you get a couple, you want to get a lot. Look, that little that little snail is eating that fish there, which is good because that fish ain't going to waste. Try to get some good picture with the magnifying glass.